This is your weekly wrap up and your look ahead for next week. And we also have a lesson today. So get out some paper and a pen, and I'm going to talk to you about the 3 Ps, the 3 Ps in trading. The first P is to probe, because we have technical contingencies that are compelling us to risk money. So we probe and we set our stop. Okay. So we're at risk. We have risk when we're probing. Then when the market moves our way, if it doesn't move our way, it takes our stop out. That's it. Okay. That's one of the P's. So the second P is partials. Take partials. Okay. So the market's moving your way and you have 30 pips, 50 pips, maybe you have a technical initial objective, you take money off the table and ring the register. And the last P is protect. Okay. So you're protecting your profits and you're trailing your stop, possibly to break even, maybe even a profit stop will be appropriate at that time. So you're probing, and then you're taking partials, and then you're protecting the remainder. Okay, that's your 3 Ps. So let's just run through it with a recent example in the dollar. Okay, so this was the third drive right here, and this was the probe. So you had your probe and you had your stop, I don't know, 0.5% above this high. So you had a couple of chances to take partials, right? 60, 70, at one point almost 100 before the election. So you probed and you took partials and you protected. As I said, you could just get flat before the election or have your stops at BE, which, would have been 430. And if you did that, you were stopped out at 430, break even on your second half. So the worst case scenario was you made money. Okay, so we don't know if we're going to have a major top, or I don't know, or no one knows if you're going to have a major top. That's rear view mirror stuff that only comes with the passing of time. As time passes, you know whether you have a top or the top. So it didn't take very long for this. So you made money on the trade. You were wrong about it being a top, but you made money. The key, right? And you didn't get hurt, and the market rallies up to a new high. Now, the dollar did diverge up here, but I looked at the yen, which was something else I was bearish on, and look at how on this high up here, we diverged, that it was a weaker RSI structure than the Dixie. I still think there's a good chance that Dixie topped, even though it wasn't, we're forming some type of bear flag. But look how major this is uh, in the end. So first of all, I said, back under 380, you have a false breakout. That was your prior high, your double top. So there you go. Then we still had this throwover line, right? And we're back inside. And now we're challenging an uptrend line going all the way back to the end of September. So, it's about a 3-month channel. It held it. Okay. I don't think it's going to hold it. In fact, people who follow my work know that I say a trend line's destiny is to be broken. And I believe this one will too. And we're going to trade 149, 148. I put it out in the room. I put it out on Twitter. What I was doing, it's much more. The yen has given up all of its gains, and that's another thing. It's Friday. Let's look at the weekly. So on the weekly, the yen's probably, just a shade higher. No, we're actually lower on the week. Last week we closed at 52.99. And is it a 2-week reversal? That would be 52.30. So we're not going to have unless we really get going to the downside, which I don't think is going to happen. we'd have a 2-week reversal of 52.30. Anyway, I think it's very possible this is still the right shoulder I've been talking about, but I'll be looking to book this short on a retrace of this pop, and then we'll see. Similar situation in the dollar. We went right to major resistance and came off. The end was actually a better short because it's giving up more today while the dollar is bouncing. Okay. So dollar on the week, you'll see it probably a blue candle because it hasn't given up all of its gains. See, it's a blue candle. But next week, it shouldn't be difficult to turn it down. Next week's off number is 104.31. So, that's the old, that was our old signal. So 104.30 is going to be real important. Taking out 104.30, I think is good. That's also the moving average I was talking about, right? It's right here. This is the 4 hour, and this is the 50 on the 4 hour. Right there, 104.20 opens the door to 103. Okay, so Euro had the weakest bounce after making new lows, but I still think this low is going to hold, and we're going to get another rally here. I talked about cable had the best divergence. I still think 131's in the cards. Aussie gave up really the least and had very nice divergence. I still think Aussie's got room to move to the upside, and I'm looking for a breakdown in the yen. The importance of the breakdown in the yen is that eventually it could spill over into risk off. So we also had that turn in yields, and I think we're going to trade back down towards 4%. I don't think we're going to take out these lows at 360. Not sure that's going to happen. And TLT uh, is, I don't think it's having a reversal week, but it's come back to fill the gap from the election. This was a Trump trade. This is it unwinding. Okay, I think WTI is failing from a pretty important place up here at 73, and I see two drives. I think that we're headed lower to the low 60s, and gold staging a rebound. Um, Yesterday, staging a rebound because of dollar uh, weakness yesterday, but it doesn't look like it's going to make a new high. I'm still negative, um, maybe into early next year, and 2400 still on the table for me. And silver's trying to rally. I told you a lot of people would try to buy it at 32 and a half. That hasn't worked. I see something down here about 29 and a half. We'll see what happens. I still don't like it. And we haven't missed anything in the shares, especially the big ones. I mean, Newmont, GDX, B2G, SILJ, which I'll ask David Hunter about, EJ, still working lower. Okay, I did want to also update you on Airbnb, which had earnings um, this week. I just want to show you what happened. Wow, it's absolutely getting. So this was one I was stalking since we had Melody on, Melody Wright, and I wanted to short it at 150, but it all happened after earnings. So I guess I have to wait for some type of bounce. And I mean, we're already talking about a $30 decline from last night. DR Horton, I'm still looking to short, but maybe we could get a rally up towards 180 as yields come down, but I don't think that's going to make a new high either. And dare I say it, I'm stalking Apple again because I think there's going to be problems again with China under Biden, they had government officials couldn't use iPhones. And maybe their whole um, country will go that way. So, I'm going to see what it looks like up here at 232. It's not making new highs with the rest of the market. And you know what else isn't? The semiconductors, right? They're not making new highs. And it looks like a third drive may have happened here. Here's one, two, and this could be three. It's not classic, but here we are blowing through new highs. The S&Ps, the Nasdaq has made new highs, and then look at semis. They don't look great to me. So this is one of your weak sisters. To be short, I don't know if we're going to new highs. Okay, and this is happening in light of what we're seeing in Nvidia, right? So Nvidia is part of the Dow now. It's made new highs, but the semis haven't. So I hope you write down the three P's. Very important. It will help you with psychology. Remember, we probe. I'll do this example one more time because this is what we did together. We did this together. We watched it develop before it was there. And we probed and we're at risk with a stop above this third drive high. We took partials anywhere in here. And then we protected and moved our stop to BE. And we were wrong about a top, but since we protected, we didn't give it all back. Okay. And since we took partials, it was a winning position. And I'll leave you with that, everyone. Oh, yeah, my last name starts with P. So let's call it Pinkert's three Ps. Three Ps in a pod. All right, everyone. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings. See you Monday. Have a great weekend. Adios.